Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Hang on, let me close my door. How we doing? How's your day going, guys? God bless. Good morning. My name's Tyler. If you're here for the first time, welcome. Pumped that you're here. We're going to have a great day today. You know, His mercies are new every morning. His goodness and kindness is new every day, and I'm excited. I'm excited for what the Lord has for us and what we're going to do today. So let's go ahead and get started. If you're here for the first time, welcome. I'm going to help navigate you through the wild world of day trading futures. Now, it is definitely wild, and it has been crazy and is a little bit challenging this past week, and I'm not afraid to say that in front of everyone. It's been difficult for me, and we'll talk a little bit about that. In addition, if you're watching this after the fact, you can jump to the key markers using the chapter markers below. And lastly, if you're looking to take your trading to the next level, if you're looking to go from using a demo account to a prop firm account and you want to add just a little bit of risk, but you're not ready to go full blown on your $5,000 cash account, which I wouldn't do that quite yet. Wait until you have a proven model, proven system, don't blow it. I blew mine. But if you're looking to take that step, you can use the code DTJ. And that's going to give you anywhere from 30% off to 80% off on the various prop firm accounts, as you can see on the screen. We may add another one, but right now these are the ones that I've used and I like. And I think I'm liking Take Profit Trader a little bit more. Just a little bit more as I've continued to look down the path of total costs and everything else. And we'll talk about that here later in the stream as well. But let's go ahead, let's open in prayer. And let's rock and roll. Father, we submit ourselves to you this morning. We thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your kindness and gentleness as you teach us your ways, as you teach us more about patience, as you teach us to control our emotions. Father, we honor you with everything that we do, and today I honor you in my trading. Whether it's a win or a loss, Father, may the actions that I take glorify you. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, folks. Amen. Good morning. Maria, good morning. MMS, Toit. Can I say Toit? Good morning. Ted, Tony, what's up? MR, good morning. Jeff, how you doing? Esteban, Ricardo, Daniel, good morning. Thank you for the email, Daniel. Jeff, how you doing? Wendy, God bless you. God bless. Okay. Well, folks, let's go ahead and let's talk about it. We got 10 minutes before the market's going to open. I'm not going to take any pre-market trades. I'm probably going to wait for the 10 a.m. news, just FYI. That's what I'm going to wait for. And I think we want to talk. Let's talk about the market. Why don't we? Let's start from a higher time frame and work our way down. And guess what? I didn't forget, bam. We'll switch over, make sure you guys got the full-blown access to the screen there. You guys got a good one. Hey, I got that. I had it right on cue, Matt. I had it right on cue. I didn't forget. Okay. Let's bump out to the daily. Okay. Holy cow, have we had a bullish run? That's just insane. Isn't that just insane? That's just insane. That's crazy. It's been pretty incredible to see. We are in our weekly fair value gap, and it's a Friday. So what are we looking for initially? I'm looking for and would love to consider the TGIF, which is right there. Okay, so if you drop a fib from the low to the high, we are looking for 20% to 30%. This is where we want price to end up. Now, does it end up in the morning or in the afternoon? Who knows? Either way, because we're in a premium position, I would love to see that retracement to this level. And I'll be honest, I've said this before, I like taking shorts, but I really challenged myself on taking some longs yesterday after the stream. Did a decent job, and I ended up taking another short as well, which was really nice. But the market has been really, this past week has been challenging for me. And I've really had to figure out what the heck is going on. And I think if I had to nail it down to something, is I haven't put as much emphasis on higher time frame reversals and continuations. I did some back testing yesterday and this morning just to kind of reset my thinking. And most of the setups that I wanted to take or would have taken resulted from a 30-minute to an hourly reversal. An hourly reversal pattern. And I don't think I put as much significance on that. Here, you can see it right here on ES. You can see this 30-minute reversal right here. You got a small wick right there. Boom. From a 30-minute perspective, we have a high, and then that 30-minute wicked above it, and then it ran the other direction. That's a 30-minute reversal. So this candle technically would come up, potentially come up into a 3-minute fair value gap. I'm looking somewhere in this vicinity right here. This is in regards to ES, and that could be a breaker in line with the 3-minute fair value gap right there, looking for a continuation lower. We have the structure for it. We have liquidity for it. We haven't tagged the previous day high for it. We need the retracement for it for the TGIF. I think there's some possibility there. Byron, you gave up on the smaller time frames? I think there's validity in all the time frames. It's just being able to read them. So let's drop down from the 4-hour. We're here on ES right now. We have our previous day high, our previous day low already marked out. And we have, I don't have our new day opening gap marked. We'll mark that here in a second. We got 5 minutes. Dropping down to the hourly. We had this huge run higher. You know, I ended up calling this run. I said if we get above, I think it was this level right here. I said if we get above here, we're probably going to have a big push higher. We ended up having that. I just wish I didn't take my 2 trades prior to that, and I would have had an opportunity to take that long. So right now we are having a failure swing right here. We made this high, failure swing here, and we will see if price wants to roll over here. We have an hourly candle, right? Hourly fair value gap. We'll mark that. If price is able to close below that, that would be pretty significant, running out this liquidity down here and potentially reaching our TGIF zone right there. Looking at the 30-minute, you can see the 30-minute on NQ did not give a reversal signal, but ES did. That would be called an SMT. And when you have an SMT, that's a good sign you're going to get a big move. And that's exactly what happened around 8:30 to 9 a.m. Let's go ahead and mark out our opening range gap from this morning. I already marked out midnight open. We really don't have, I'm not going to give us a new day opening gap. It's right inside the previous day's new day opening gap, and there's really no gap. So we will ignore that, and we will go ahead and mark our opening range. Opening range is right here. We have a discount opening range right now. Let me make sure I got my stuff set up here. Heck of a candle before the open. All right, make sure that's all on and working. All right, we're all good there. I'm going to remove the weekly fair value gap. We're inside it. We all know it. $9.30 model played out nicely. We got to win. We got to win. That felt good. Let's go ahead and mark 9:30 out here. All right, so we can see we have a sweep of liquidity right here on the 30-minute chart. We have that candle closed, and we are in the new candle for a continuation at 9:30. So we would drop down potentially to the 3-minute, and we would look for a 3-minute fair value gap between 9:30 and 10 o'clock. I won't be taking that trade because I'm going to be waiting for the news at 10 o'clock. But it looks good. Nice sweep of liquidity on the 30-minute. Let's look at the hourly. And look what we did on the hourly as well. Nice sweep of liquidity right there. That looks very, very good for a sell-side sweep and a sell-side push, especially it being we closed bearish and immediately before the open, we swept this high. Okay, that was the main reason I took the 930 model, but I only took it for 20 handles. And now we are selling off here. We'll see if we get a continuation. This would be considered a breaker, high, low, higher, high. Does it want to continue? You could also use this as your breaker as well. Either one looks decent. I will not be taking this. I'm just going to be calling it out. I'm going to be following my rules here. But I like this nice push higher. Gave a little bit of structure. We swept liquidity. Everything looks really, really nice for continuation lower to the downside. We want to wait for that first presented fair value gap to give us, and then we should be able to get a little bit of a sell-off here. From a 1 minute perspective, that would mean getting up into this fair value gap potentially, hitting this order block, giving us expansion, something like that, but we still haven't gotten our first presented fair value gap. We can't use the 930 candle. We need to use the earliest candle we can use is the 931, and we don't have that. So after 930, or if we go to regular trading hours, here's our regular trading hours right here. So we need our first fair value gap looking at regular trading hours. Do we have a fair value gap? No. This doesn't count because there's no candle before that. We just have the gap that we have right there. Man, I want to get rid of that. All right. We just have the gap. So immediately we filled the gap, leaving a little bit left over right here. Not quite everything. But we'll probably sell off some more here is my guess. ES looks nice for a continuation lower. Nice sweep of liquidity. This is going to be pretty nice. It looks pretty nice. We'll be patient. Follow our rules. Execute. Okay, so anyway, what's up everybody? How we doing? What's the stats on TGIF, Tony? I don't have it specifically. ICT talks about that a majority of the time. That's the best I got for you. And it's just it's a principle to look for a short or look for a long if we have a big weekly candle, which we do. So still on this, I still would like it to come up into here, but we have consolidated and we don't have a first fair value gap yet. 50% only today. What is 50%? MPC, to buy accounts. MPC. I'm assuming you're talking about some type of eval account. I don't see anything there. Yeah, and I do go up in time frame. There's our wick into that fair value gap right there on the electronic trading hours. Still hasn't given us. There's the tag and sweep of that breaker right there. Look at that touch. So from here, I would want to see this sell off and at least hit the midnight open. That's what I would want to see. Yeah, Bannock, we are looking for shorts for sure. Cool. Okay, I don't know who MPC is, but sorry, bud. We're gonna remove it. I put all the work in this channel. If you're gonna use a code, you can use the code DGJ. We call that spamming. We ain't spamming. All right, so there's our potential sell-off right there. Nice breaker. Boom. Hit it to the tick. That's beautiful. That really is. Honestly, for me, I care more about discipline than taking this trade. I care about discipline more than taking this trade. I don't say that to say, ooh, look at me, but I'm serious because the only reason I'm not where I want to be is because of lack of discipline. So, if I can see a play out right in front of me and not take the trade, I'm just saying. Takes now if I'm not gonna lie, if it runs all the way down here on that one move, I'm gonna feel it. You're not human if you don't. But I want to exercise discipline for that. So. Yeah, Bannock, we got 10 a.m. news. Thank you, Byron. I appreciate it. Oh, man, Tony. Ugh. I feel you. What's up, Viking? Ted, all right. Ted's the master. Ted's the master at taking the breaker. Right there, he took it. Way to go, Ted. Right, hit midnight open. That's what I said we wanted to see is midnight open. You can see the reaction to midnight open. That was a 40-point move, folks. There you go. If you took that trade, I would call it a day. I would not trade anymore. Be able to walk away. Walk away. Hello from Houston. What's up, Ben? Thank you. When you say we, Ben, do you mean you? Or is there more people watching? Or are you referring to the chat? Bannock, working on my second eval account in partial drawdown, 5,500 with 1,300 left in drawdown. I'm getting better. You got it, my friend. Hey, you got it. You got it. The best advice I can say to you. It's been the biggest struggle in my eval journey is don't oversize. Just refuse to do it. Don't oversize your account. Okay? I really should be better at just setting a limit order where I want my entry. Ted, I've done both. And yeah, I would agree with you. It's nerve-wracking to think about it sometime because it could have gone all the way up here and you're like, well, that could have been 21 handles of drawdown. So what if I just wait, see if it wants to go all the way up in here and then take my entry for that? I understand. I think you just need to decide how you're going to do it and just, if you miss it, you miss it. And just be okay with it and say, that's my rules. I'm not willing to take the impulsive candle into the breaker high, right? Maybe I'm only willing to do that if you get that hourly reversal signal, right? We got that on this candle right here. We got the hourly reversal. So maybe you got to get the hourly reversal for you to take that stab right away. If you don't get that and you have a swing high that you haven't grabbed, maybe then you wait. I think that's actually not a bad set of rules that you could follow. That seems logical. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's jump into our daily affirmation. Let's take a look at the daily affirmation here today, folks. This is a good one. I really appreciate these. I really do. I've been enjoying doing these affirmations every day. Here's today's affirmation. All right, the market's dropping. Yes, it's going. It's looking beautiful. It is. I'm not taking it. Here's today's affirmation for Friday. I'm not here just to hear truth. I'm here to live it. Today, I act on what I know. I don't just study my trading plan. I execute it with faith and focus. Obedience brings transformation. James chapter 1, verse 22. I do not merely listen to the word. Do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. Do what it says. Man, that's just a good principle. If you believe something, your proof in believing something is actually doing it. Doing it. And that faith requires action. So if you believe it, you do it. If you do it, it's proof that you believe it. That's a good one. That's a good one today. You know what? I'm going to like my own post. That's a good one. Good morning, Jared. What's up? How you doing? What are the relatively equal highs and lows? I mean, I don't even have them on my screen right now. Relatively equal highs and lows are levels like this. Are levels like this down here. These two are equal, but this one also is really close to that low. So that makes relatively equal lows. They're not exact, they're relatively equal. That's what relatively equal lows are. So I got some down here, got some up here. We got our data low right there, and we are way up here. So we got some relatively equal lows down here as well at the previous day equilibrium right there. That looks really good for a target, to be honest. What I would like to see is around 10 a.m., boom, and then run for the equilibrium. That's what I would like to see. So I'm hoping price consolidates here and gives me a manipulation with the distribution towards this level. That's what my plan is going to be. We already filled our new day opening or opening range gap, so we'll go ahead and close that out. Watching here in the Philippines, Kopai. What's up? How you doing? Is that my brother? Is that my brother? I haven't seen my brother or talked to him in seems like forever. What's up, bro? Yep, we'll see you in a week. I'm excited. From Nigeria, welcome. How you doing? What's up? Death Star. London lows could be a clear target. Do we have London lows? I thought we ran them. Yeah, right there. It's the previous day equilibrium. I already have that level there. There's equal lows all right there. So that's a beautiful target. That's what I want. That's what I'm going for. Just waiting. Waiting. I'm expecting this high not to be ran. This to me is a protected high. It already swept. That's an hourly reversal. I want to see that hourly reversal hold. Okay. See that right there? There's the hourly right there. That sweep. I want us to close bearish. And on that close, I want it to come back up to a level and look for that play to the downside. If we look at the 5-minute, we don't have a 5-minute fair value gap. So when you look at correlating time frames, you go from the hourly to the 5-minute, from the 30-minute to the 3-minute. And so from an hourly perspective, we have our reversal signal on the hourly, but we have our we have a 5-minute change in state of delivery right here. So 5-minute order block, closed below, check. We don't have a 5-minute order block. So we don't, or excuse me, a 5-minute fair value gap. So we don't actually have an entry on the 5-minute time frame. That makes me consider, that makes me think about this level here. I wonder. I'm just wondering if we want to come back up there. I don't know if it's going to do that or not. If we look at the 30-minute time frame, we have a reversal right there. And in this candle right here, we're looking for a 3-minute entry. Let's see if we got a 3-minute entry, and we don't have a 3-minute entry either. So there is lack of fair value gaps, which is concerning. Did we ever get our first presented? Yeah, we do, right here, right? First presented. So since we don't have anything, the only thing I can do is look at liquidity, and we have a liquidity point right here. I would love for us to get above this breaker back into this fair value gap and reuse this breaker again for a down move. That's what I would like to see. That would be really, really desirable. Good morning, Mo. How you doing? Daniel, what's up? ES is leading. Yeah, I think ES is leading. If we see sweeps of liquidity, we never grab that breaker either here. We'll see if it wants to get it. I do have the green light to trade right now, but probably going to wait for news. Rad Trader, what's up? First time watching. I appreciate your analysis. Thank you, Rad. I appreciate it. Malal. Nas definitely wants London low for show. Wes, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, it's hard to short for sure right now. And I think it's a wise decision not to. We never know what the news is going to do. Welcome, ICT 23. My brother lives there in Florida. He's in Orlando. Jonathan, what's up? Finding support on that first presented fair value gap, looking for price to come in and respect this fair value gap. From Olympia, Washington. I went to Seattle. My wife had an event there. I would love to go back and do some hiking over there. It's beautiful. Javi, welcome. What's up, Bobby? How you doing? Glad to have you. It's a good day. Good day today. All right, we swept that high. Oh my gosh. Don't do it yet. We don't have a single fair value gap on this price leg right here. So this is price action we completely want to stay away from. We don't even have a bullish fair value gap presented in this price leg. Let's take a look at ES on the ES side of things. Here, let me squish it a little bit for you. All right, so ES, we swept that high on the 30-minute. Did we sweep it on the hourly? We swept it on the hourly as well. Swept on the hourly. Do we have a 5-minute fair value gap? We do. So wait, when did that hourly sweep? Here, we are at 9 a.m., so it needs to be after 9 a.m. 8:50. So we did enter a 5-minute fair value gap right there. So the 5-minute hourly play played out for ES. We'll see if it wants to come back up at least to this level here on the 5-minute. Would like to see that. We're waiting for the news. We got 8 minutes before then. Maria, what's up? I couldn't resist. Got a small profit. Way to go. Check the 3-minute. Kingdom Warrior, what's up? We got a 3-minute. No, I mean, honestly, I really, really like this breaker right here on ES. I would love for that to happen. Are we going to get it? We'll see. I'm not sure. ES doesn't look nearly as good as NQ doesn't look nearly as good as ES right now. Maybe I should trade ES. What do you guys think? Give me a 1 for yes or a 2 for no. Al Lucio, Tonini. Can I say Tonini? Good morning. 2. No. Okay. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. I just liked your video. Thank you, Tab. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, you can't do that, Viking. I can't go short on NQ and then long on ES. That makes no sense. I want to see them correlate. And if they're not correlating, that's a sign we stay out completely. Use it just to know where the better setup's at. Honestly, I'm finding it helpful for the SMT, right? We got an SMT. We got an SMT earlier? Was it down here? It was right down here. Right down here. Look at this. At 3 a.m. Check out this move, this hourly reversal move. Beautiful. Okay? We have 2 a.m. low. We have the 3 a.m. sweep, and it moves higher. Look on ES. ES doesn't give us a sweep. It gives us equal lows. SMT. Look at the giant move that resulted. Giant move. Right at 3 a.m. That would have been amazing. I'm not going to lie. London session has been on fire lately. I just wish I was not sleeping. Because that's what I'm doing, is I'm sleeping. The morning session in the morning New York session has been really total garbage this past week. And I have felt it. And the biggest thing that I'm learning to take away, if we were to go back to the affirmation for today, the affirmation is, I'm not here just to hear truth, I'm here to live it. Today I act on what I know. I don't just study my trading plan, I execute with faith and focus. And the biggest mistakes that I'm making is taking trades in seek and destroy conditions. I'm looking for my models in seek and destroy conditions instead of letting it exit the range and then give us a big move, or exit the range and give us a big move, or a continuation. That's the biggest mistake that I've been making. And your confirmation on those is usually on the 30-minute and hourly time frames to give you that confirmation that we are moving outside of that range. And that's been my biggest mistake this week. Is I see my model, I go, oh, I like the structure, it looks good, fail. Now, granted, one of those days I had a losing trade because of a different reason. It ran 50 points and I didn't take profit because I wanted a bigger move in a seek and destroy condition instead of just taking the profit. So it's crazy to see that even though you know how to trade, even though you have a model that's successful, there is so many other factors you have to play into in being profitable. It's crazy. Who needs sleep? I do. Man, I've been going to bed at 10 a.m., 10 p.m., and I'm getting up at, this morning I got up at 4:30, but I don't look at the charts at 4:30. I lied. I did look at it this morning, but then I got off on my phone. I did my quiet time. Look how we're respecting that breaker. Beautiful respect. Staying in the discount portion of this fair value gap. I'm liking all of this. Pablo, you were trading in a range, but you weren't. You see, of course, I did my own mistakes. Don't quite understand. Sorry. But I think you're saying you made a similar mistake. It does help. So I did, because I put my email on, for those that did send me emails, I will respond. But I also did get people telling me what I could do to trade better. I appreciate your concern. And I know it's out of a heart to try to help, but I will tell you that in most cases, it doesn't. Because I've committed myself to a specific strategy, and I'm not willing to learn another one. That was rule number one for me. Part of my profitable journey was committing to a strategy and sticking with it. And when the Lord showed me ICT, he brought me to his channel. I sowed a seed. 6 days later, he answered me and he said, this is your answer. I haven't looked anywhere else. And I don't think I will. All right, so we got 19 seconds. Let's see what the market wants to do here. Respecting the breaker, moving to the downside here. Nice big candle. Now, I'm not going to lie. I did consider saying, well, let's just get in here and let's hope that the candle moves lower. But I decided not to even speak it out loud. Thank you, Wes. I appreciate it. Yes, focusing on our strategy inside of a range. Totally get it. And yes, that's the idea behind kind of keeping an eye on the 30 minutes. So let's jump out, since we're talking about that, to the 4 hour. Let's look how the 4 hour candle closed. So this would be considered a 4 hour reversal signal. Okay, we closed inside the range. And in this candle, we would be looking for a 15-minute fair value gap for price to come up into and then sell off from. But what we can do is confirm that that was a 4 hour reversal. We also got a 1 hour reversal. We also have a 30-minute reversal. Now we can look for our entry for price to go lower. That to me is how I see that. All the time frames are aligning, and it gives me confidence that I can look for something short. It's just a matter of when. When do we want to take that short? I still would like to see it come up here, personally. Yeah, above 930, that seems pretty high. I mean, I did mark out this 5-minute fair value gap that maybe it wants to come back up into. But I would prefer to see it come into here and then roll over. I mean, look at that. Just straight bars across. Black, green, black, green, black, green. Do we close black or green here? I would prefer black, and then boom, boom. $15-minute. We got a 15-minute fair value gap right here. We came up into it already. So I'm not taking anything in this. I won't even take an inversion to the downside. I want to see it sweep this area and roll over, or sweep this area, find support, and move higher. I don't care, but I'm just not going to trade inside this. If it was going to sell off here, the only other, if it sells off here, we might have a breaker entry right here. We got the low, a high, low, higher, high, break lower. But we haven't even hit the high of the 10 a.m. candle right here. Let's mark the 10 a.m. candle. All right, so NQ swept the highs. ES did not. So we have an SMT right there. We don't have an inversion anywhere. We do have a 30-second inversion right here. I will take this on the close. If it doesn't run the low, I'm sorry, I can't take that. It fell too far. All right. All right, I'm going to sell right there. I have my stop at the high. Target is going to be equal previous day's EQ, which is at 631. We'll see if it wants to get to 631. 361? 362? Looks like a chop, yep. And if it stops me out, that will be my trade for today. And I won't take anything else. It's not looking good. Now we wait. We let the trade play out no matter what. I need to crack a drink here. My target is previous day equilibrium. Oh, don't go all the way back up. The highs do look too smooth. But we had a sweep of liquidity and wanted that, did exactly what I had into the breaker, took it on the inversion. I can't complain. I can't complain. I just gotta let the trade play out. What's that song? Come what may, I will love you till the dying day. Is that Showman? The Showman? No, that's not The Showman. Come what may. That's what movie is that? It's the one with the prostitute. Moulin Rouge. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, we really need to sell off right here. Mulan. Hey, I like Mulan, the movie, too. All right, right here. Right here. Come on. With aggression. Not a green candle. Breakthrough. Come on. I think I'm going to move a stop loss, one candle. I want to de-risk. I'm going to move one stop to break even and one original stop. I want to de-risk a little bit in case it wants to run to the upside. All right, so I'm down to one contract. I de-risked a little bit since we're in consolidation. I'm still, if it runs to target, it's still going to be a beautiful trade. It'll be a 56 point move. My TP with the number is right there. It's 21,362. I don't like this low resistance liquidity right here. That looks dangerous. Honestly, it should have ran. Should we cut the trade and wait for these equal highs to be ran? Eduardo, yes. All right, so what we'll do is we will do this swing high right here. If we will reduce our risk by reducing by 15 handles to this swing high. I'm not going to cut the trade in case it wants to run. But if it hits this swing high, then we're probably running for these highs. But if I cut the trade, then I'm getting out based on fear. And technically, it's still following the plan. At this point, I think it would be invalid. All right, so we got stopped out. That's fine with me. We de-risked. We reduced our risk. And we're okay. We basically took, what was that loss? A 20-point loss on a contract. I'm okay with that. I felt like I managed correctly. We didn't see exactly what we wanted, so we reduced our stop loss and our risk. What I'm thinking though, Ted, is if we get back above here, if we sweep this again and ES lines up, I'm not opposed to taking it again. Because, I mean, it is too smooth. It just feels too smooth. I feel like it's just going to go like this and do one of those. Merlio, welcome. In the past 2 to 3 days, NQ made the accumulation after 10 a.m., manipulated this accumulation and gave us the movement. There is our order block. We can probably make that a 2-minute order block too. I've been looking at, I watch other traders, and one of the traders talked about a 10 a.m. move that's after 10 a.m. It's based on a 2-minute order block. This would be that order block right here. All right, ES has reached the 5-minute fair value gap. There it is. I haven't tested it out very much, so if it comes back and tags 10 a.m., I'm going to take a demo trade. I'm not going to take it on any of my accounts, though, because I haven't really tested it out. Okay, we just reached this inversion fair value gap right here. I could see ES still going higher, to be honest. I could see ES dropping into this 3-minute fair value gap and then pushing higher. All right, I said I'm going to do a demo long off of that level right there. It's going against the direction I wanted it to go, so I'm only going to do it on demo. But here's ES's 3-minute fair value gap for a 30-minute reversal based on the 30-minute. We're still in premium, though. That's why I don't like it. It's still in premium from where we were at. And I don't want to take a long in premium. Here's equilibrium right there. We did reach down into it. So let's see where that is in regards to the 3-minute. All right, actually, that's legit. So here's equilibrium on ES right there. And then the 3-minute fair value gap is a dip into discount for a potential move back up to this breaker. So if it gives us that, I'll take a demo long from it. There's where the 10 a.m. entry would be. Let's wait for ES to drop into the 3-minute. Yeah, I don't do crypto, Bobby. All right, let's do a demo long right here. And I'm doing a demo long based on a strategy that I'm testing out. Stop loss would be the swing low. We'll do that swing low right there. And we target 2R. 21, so it would be 4,200. All right, let's see if that holds and that moves. Target would be just above 930. We've hit the 3-minute reversal for ES as well for the long. I'm not taking it because I wanted lower prices, so I'll do a demo long to see how it plays out. You take profit. The rules are you take profit at internal swing highs. So we'll take 2 off right here. So ES looks really, honestly, it looks really good for a continuation higher. It's just, it has not wanted to move lower. All right, so if I was to show you, if we go to the 30-minute right here, this is the 30-minute. We have this low here. We have this candle sweeping low and then closing inside the range. So on this candle right here at 10 a.m., we look for price to drop into a 3-minute fair value gap. So 10 a.m. is right here. This is 10 a.m. We don't have a fair value gap here, so we wait for one to be created right here, and we take a long off of this for a move higher. If we were to look at that on ES or NQ didn't give us that option. NQ didn't give us that option, but we're doing a different strategy on that, and that being the 10 a.m. a 10 a.m. Order block entry. Matt, this is a demo trade. I said that before I got in. Because I wanted to go short and this was against my bias, I wanted to test out a model that I have not back tested yet and wanted to see how it plays out. So this entry here is based on the 10 a.m. open with a two-minute order block. This candle here is the first down close candle, and if you go to the 2-minute time frame, it's based on this 2-minute order block on the candle closing above it right here. And when we came back down and touched this order block, that's when I took the long entry, and that's what we're looking for. The rules are you take profit on internal swing highs, and then you target your 2R trade. It's a 2R trade. So here's our stop loss. It's the nearest swing low on the 1-minute chart right here. So from this point, we go 2R right there, and that we see if we can get some internal profit targets, and we see if it wants to go to the final target. Because I am bearish. I'm bearish. I want to see lower prices. But this is also something I wanted to test out. Okay. It may have spoken. I don't have an entry to the downside here. From this, we have this breaker. We wanted to see it come up into that. It did exactly what I wanted. Failure swing, and now we're selling off. We don't have any fair value gaps for an entry. We'll have to take a breaker to the downside if we want to take it. Be right there. Do we think we finally want to move? It's 10:30. I don't want to take a move at 10:30. There's usually animated candles around 10:30. And I tend to get faked out more than I actually get a continuation. So we're gonna let that pass and not take anything. I will take this as, hey, we did our job to the upside, and now let's see if it wants to sell off. That's what I would want to see. Now, if it gives me a stupid obvious entry, I might consider it. I'm not against it, but this isn't obvious. I don't want to take a breaker that's inside this range. I want it to break out of that range. Yeah, we're going to wait. I mean, if it moves, it moves. But the problem is I've taken this trade 3 times this week, a similar trade. And all of them stopped me out inside of the range. And so I don't want to trade inside this. Is there a 3-minute inversion? Yeah, I see the 3-minute right there. Nice. Target would be at break even right now. You're looking for a swing low. Relatively low risk. Your stop would have been 25 handles though. The 3-minute definitely is a little bit cleaner. Yeah, it just the AM session has been so choppy. And I've been hurt so many times this week by it. What's up, Brazen King? Alex, how you doing? Welcome. Glad you're here, my friend. Bearish SMT. Where's the SMT? Oh, yeah, we do got an SMT right there. This is made a higher high. ES did not, or NQ did not. Yeah, that would have been a nice signal, even though I wouldn't have had an entry yet on ES because it didn't come back to the breaker. But look at that. See how it didn't run this low and we're seeing price run back over? So now the question is this a breaker? Is this breaker going to hold? I mean, everything in me wants to take the trade right now. Let me rephrase that. Me at the beginning of the week would want to take this right now. Me at the end of the week says, Beginning of the week was great. Yeah, it might go. It's just going to probably go without me. That's a good point, Raise the King. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate it. It's been a rough week as far as executions go. Even this, I mean, we still would count that as a loss, even though I de-risked and I reduced my stop loss. I still count that as a loss. Man, I feel like this is just going to explode lower. We have all of this to go, folks. If we're going to run and we're going to do it, we have all of this. So I'm not worried on when am I going to get in. We'll find an entry. It'll give us something. I just want to know we're going to move. Okay. I probably would be okay now if we came back up to this breaker to take a short. Let's look at see if there's a better time frame. The 3-minute looks good. I like the way the 3-minute looks. The 5-minute, not as much. I like the 4-minute. And it's a single fair value gap. That's not bad. Breaker. What do you guys think? It's not too bad. The problem with SMTs, Raise the King, is they need to be at key levels. Steven Slager, I have some free. I stopped halfway through it. I have some free beginner level educational courses. It's about 6-7 videos that tell you what trading is about, how it works, and all that stuff. That will give you the beginning just to know what you're looking at. There's also a bunch of free stuff online, but then everything that I teach is ICT concepts. So he has all his stuff for free on his channel. You can type in ICT, Inner Circle Trader, but I'll let you find out for yourself, but it's a lot to take in. He has 800 some videos. It's a lot. And then I just basically, through over the last 2 years, put everything in a concise 50 videos that teach you everything you need to know about ICT. And then I do these live streams and I talk about all of those PD arrays, all of those terms. Oh, it had a beautiful sell-off yesterday. I did take one of those. I did take one of those trades yesterday. Seems like going lower already. Yes. I'm just gonna wait for, I would like a retest of this and then a back down. We haven't ran this low. Let's look at the 30-minute. Yeah, 30-minute looks great. Nice. Still we have that reversal. We have the sell-off. We have liquidity here. We have all this liquidity. All of this. If it wants to run it today, it absolutely could. This is 20% right here. So we have 80 points before we hit 20% retracement. And if we go all the way to these lows down here, that's 200 points. So there's plenty of room for us to try to take a piece of this. I'll be right back, folks. So there's our target that we originally were shooting for the previous day. EQ. Oh, put me in a trade here. Let's see if we get a reaction. I forgot to remove a limit order. It put me in a trade. I'm going to get out of that. Good point, Wes. I like it. Protect the peace, not your profits. They kind of go hand in hand, though, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I didn't take that one, Ryan. It did what I wanted as far as the manipulation. Oh, look at that. It did everything that I wanted. I just did not want to take the short inside of this because I've been burned too many times, unfortunately. Thank you, Life Changing Vibes. I want to go short, Marcos. 100% Wes. Okay, so I have a 30-second inversion to the downside. If we're going to get a continuation, I'll consider taking a short here with a tight stop loss, looking for these lows down here. If we're going to continue retrace, I have equilibrium 50% level right here for us to come back up, tag 50%, and look for a continuation lower. Those are the two levels that I have right now. I'm pretty sure that this also would line up. We have our optimal trade entry, which is right around the breaker area as well. We could consider that as well. You could also take retracement long off of this 1 minute inversion to the upside. It's not technically a legit trade because we have another fair value gap right here. If we go to the 2 minute, 3 minute, we got one right. No, there's still not. There's really no good long right here. No good long opportunity. Got a breaker right here if you want to consider that as well. And the way I'll consider that is this inversion to the downside. I'm not going to take that with the expectation that it could go much higher, but I will play understanding that that's a level. If we get it reverse here, I could take the inversion to the downside for the continuation. We'll have an inversion right here that you could play up to the swing high once that closes. If it gives it to us, it's not going to give it to us. All right, so that made equal highs. That trade is now gone. Not an option anymore. Sweep of liquidity. I said I like the 3 minute the best. Here's the 3 minute fair value gap with that breaker. You may not get all the way up there. ES just swept its high as well. It also has a breaker right here as well. It's 10:51. We're inside the 11 a.m. macro. See if it can give us some type of entry. Honestly, I need more structure than just a straight line higher. I need something like this if I'm going to take a short. I really don't want it to go much higher. I don't want this 30-minute candle to close inside of these wicks. I also want it to close below this fair value gap right here. Look how the candle bodies are not closing above 930 to 10. Right now, I understand that. Yeah, you're referring to the opening range, the 30-minute and opening range, right? This whole section here. It is now closing inside it. I'll do an inversion right here to this low. If it goes. I still haven't watched that video. I should. You're saying the Venom model is what Dodgy does? There's aspects to the inversion that I use from him for sure. Well, it didn't give us the entry. It swept the low already. So no entry for that. There is a bullish breaker right here. So we're right there on that bullish breaker. Yeah, that'd be nice, Matthew. We got 33 seconds. ES is not closing below the hourly fair value gap. NQ closed. ES did, or NQ closed on the hourly. It did not close on the 30-minute. We have an inversion right here for a long sweep of liquidity. If it doesn't run these highs, it's not a bad entry. My guess is it's just going to run without us. This is a small scalp that you could do. But if it hits midnight open, the trade's no longer valuable. And it looks like it's going to do it without us, yeah. That's twice it's doing it. It's, to me, getting sloppy. Four-minute fair value gap. I like the idea of this being a high, low, higher high with a breaker to the downside. I know I'm sitting here a lot and we're doing very, very little trading, but I'm not willing to, I was not willing to trade inside this crap. And then since we got this, we've literally had no structure but a giant V. I mean, you could have taken this breaker long, but my bias is to the downside. That 4-minute wicked inside this fair value gap right here. That's a nice little institutional order flow entry drill. All right, from the hourly perspective, we've closed below this hourly fair value gap. We swept this low and this low. We've left this one. We still, I mean, the previous day low is way down here, so we could run all the way down here and still not run that low. I think that's a possibility. If we can stay, I look at this, here's midnight open. Here's our midnight candle. I'm looking at that as being the manipulation. If we can stay below midnight open, I'm bearish. If we get back above midnight open, just because of how this structure, I will be bullish if we can get back above midnight open. But if we stay below it and respect it, I will continue to look for shorts. All right, Ted, we'll see ya. Kid from Brooklyn, what's up? Matthew, have a blessed day, my friend. Waiting for the setup. What does it look like on... Yes. Romy, welcome. Have a little sweep of liquidity right there. I need it to break a little bit lower and then come back up. If we wick into this fair value gap and close red, I would consider that as a trade idea as well. But I'll wait for the close of the candle. Yeah, it looks like it's going to close above that inversion. Stopped at the new day opening gap. That's technically should be the high and low. I have it titled incorrectly. It's not a bad idea for a long right here. We did sweep the low. But I just don't like taking inversions when we're just going back and forth inside a consolidation, so I'm not going to take it. All right, we came back up into that level there. I wanted to see it come up into, what was it, the 4 minute? 3 minute? Yeah, the 3 minute fair value gap right here. Inside that breaker. This is where I'd want to see it sell off with ES hitting the level I wanted it to. I'm not taking this inversion. We didn't sweep any liquidity. I'm looking for the breaker. Break below. Come back up and sell off here. Okay, I like that. I'm going to take that. Let's see if it gives it to me. $20 handles of risk, 80 points. Or $80 of risk. I don't like how it closed there. Not looking good. Stop grab, folks. Stop me out by 5 points. Still respecting that 3-minute fair value gap that I wanted to see it reach up into. We just might be waiting for the lunch, the noon macro, because we are about outside the time that I would want to take a trade. Well, I think we're going to call it a day there, folks. Because of my 930 model trade, that put me green. I am back at basically break even, a little red, but very, very comfortable, which I'm grateful for considering the day we've had, or excuse me, the week we've had. We will be back here next week. If you are interested in connecting, find me on X. I would be happy to connect with you there. If you do use prop firm accounts, you can use any of those codes, any of those prop firms, and use the code DTJ, and it'll give you a discount. I did mention, I'll touch on this. I mentioned that I'm starting to like Take Profit Trader a little bit more than Apex, and the main reason is there's two main reasons. So Apex has a 1-day pass, which is nice. You can just pass an eval account on day one. Take Profit Trader doesn't allow that. They don't allow the same day pass. You have to trade it for a minimum of 5 days. The cost for an eval and pro account on Take Profit Trader is $120. The total cost for eval and pro account on Apex comes out to be $160. So you have a $40 savings when Apex is on an 80% discount. Even with their 80% discount, Take Profit Trader is a little bit cheaper if you're confident you can pass the eval account. Apex is a better option for traders that do not have the confidence that they can pass their eval account the first time. If you feel like you need some practice, you might need to consider Apex. But if you feel like, hey, I've done this before, I'm pretty confident if I follow my rules, follow my risk, follow my plan, that I can pass my eval account, I think Take Profit Trader is a better deal. Now, Take Profit Trader does not have 100% withdrawals. It's a 90-10 immediately, so you keep 90%, they take 10%, or they remove 10%. But their biggest claim to fame is that you can withdraw on day one. So if you make money on your Take Profit Pro account on day one, you can withdraw it the next day. With Apex, you have to wait 8 trading days. So that's a big plus, is you can take money out right away. I really, really like that. So when you combine that ability to take it out with the fact that it's $40 less, and they promote more of a steady approach, meaning you can't pass an eval in 1 day like Apex can. They require you to trade for a minimum of 5 days. You're basically not YOLOing your accounts, which I think is very good for your psychology in trading, is not treating your eval account like a gambling account. Let's see if we can pass. Let's see if we can pass. Let's see if we can pass. Instead, you are trying to pass that account with your rules in place. And you honestly shouldn't be making $3,000 in a day anyway. I mean, if you're following your rules based on risk management, it should take a minimum of 5 days. Even with 5 days, that's $750 a day. For 5 days is $3,000. So if you make $750 a day, risking, let's say, $200 as your risk, $250, that's a 3 to 4 hour trade. That's decent. That's doable. So you risk $200, you can make 750 in a day. That's possible if you have a consistent model. So I'm liking the way Take Profit Trader looks and treats. I like the fact that you're not limited. You make money, you can withdraw it right away. That's a big perk. In the past, when I've been in my pro accounts and I've been at my withdrawal points, I would get so excited that I'm to the point where I can withdraw money or about to, and then I would lose money and I couldn't withdraw anymore. I didn't like that feeling with Apex because it just messed with your psychology. So knowing that you have to treat your account with respect every single day with the hopes that you're going to be able to withdraw money when you make that profit on Take Profit Trader, I like that fact. So there's some nuances with each account. You have to have at least 20% consistency rule with Take Profit Trader. So there are some pros and cons to both, but I think as an established trader, I think Take Profit Trader is a better option. So if you want to check out Take Profit Trader, it's $120 with the code DTJ. They do have an activation fee of $130 that's removed when you use the code DTJ. So it's just $120. It's a nice deal. And it's $40 less than Apex's 50K account when you pass. If you don't think you can pass, Apex is your better option. Apex is the best option because it's the lowest cost at $33 if you don't think you're going to pass the first time or you're unsure. Okay? So that's how I would approach, that's how I think I'm now approaching my Take Profit Trader. The only negative, the only thing is Apex allows you to trade 20 accounts. Take Profit Trader only allows you to trade 5. But at the same time, if you're building up to that point with Take Profit Trader and you're trading 5 accounts, well, you're probably making some good money. You can take that money, put it into Apex, and then pass those accounts to get 20. I mean, you can do that. So we're going to call it a day here, folks. I want to go into the weekend. As Wes mentioned earlier in the stream, we got to keep our peace. Keep our peace. Don't let the red day affect your peace and take you into revenge trading. So God bless. Stay safe. We will be back Monday morning, 9:15. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. It was good having you. Take care. God bless. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.